Welcome back, Universe, to Off the Rails Podcast, episode 51, our first ever 51st episode, coming to you live, weirdly live on a Wednesday premiere, from the mobile command center of the Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty Studio here in Milwaukee, Slinger, Grafton, all over the place. Hey, strangers, and if you're looking to buy or sell a home, maybe interested in a career in real estate, email Roy at cbhsr.com, or give them a call, 414-235-0763. They'd love to be your go-to for all your real estate needs. And today we're doing a live episode because Will and I, we missed last week because for the second time this year, we had to fight off the Angel of Death.
Yep.
Both of you.
Time. Both of us.
Anything was angelic about that. That was pure evil.
You guys need to stay away from me because I don't want it to be catchy.
You're probably doing it to us. She could be the Angel of Death.
Why would I do that? Missy.
So we're going to give you updates on how we're doing and everything like that. So go Bucks. I know we're going up against the Bucks game tonight. So Will, why don't you tell us your story a little bit first? What the hell happened to you?
Well, I had a gig last Wednesday night on 6th Street where they have the food trucks over in a little Latin section that my friend Raul Guzman put together. Chastity was headlining, and we also had Tom Johnson and Avery were here, and another guy who is from kind of Illinois, a little Mexican dude. I don't remember his name. I hate that I forgot his name, but everybody was good, man. We had a good show. The audience was great. The weather was nice. I got back in my car around 11 o'clock and drove back. I was having a hard time finding a parking space, so I found something on State Street, which is around the corner from my building. And so as I got out of my car and I headed to the front of my building, I saw two black males approaching me, and they passed me, and I took my keys out to enter my building, and then they just attacked me from behind. Somebody hit me in the back of the head with something, split my head open. I think you can see I was bleeding pretty good. And, I mean, I'd go over it in my head. I mean, I probably should have just kind of took one of them down to the ground instead of trying to mix it up with two young guys. And they had a third guy in a car, getaway car, so they could jump in. So they kept grabbing at my keys, but I wasn't going to let go of my keys. There's no way they're getting my fucking keys. But they grabbed the fob off the key, and I didn't even realize it. So they jumped in the car and took off. I went inside the house, and I saw I was bleeding pretty profusely. So I said, I better go to the emergency room. And I went out, and my car was gone, and I looked on the keychain, fuck.
You didn't call the police right away?
Not right away. I mean, look, the way I looked at it, I took a couple of lumps. I took a little bit of a beating, but I didn't think they did really any harm. I wouldn't have called the police had I not found out that my car, because sometimes shit like that happens. No one would call the police and say a couple of people attacked me. Yeah, they got more important things to worry about. I had no intention of calling the police until I saw my car was gone. So these dirtbag pieces of shit, I fucking hope they die in a fiery crash. Seriously. I mean, I hate to say it, but they're fucking garbage. All I'm doing is just fucking living my life, and I did not deserve this kind of shit that happened to me.
No, you didn't.
The way I look, I'm just fucking angry. I don't have a car now. I took good care of that car. It was 2 years old, 20,000 miles on it, just in great shape. And who knows what they're doing to it,
Well, who cares what they're doing to it? You got away alive, man.
Yes. I mean, I consider that. I consider the person in the car may have had a weapon, and I did get away relatively safely. I mean, I don't have any long-lasting scars or whatever physically. But it's a fucked up thing to have happen, man, and shit is
For
out of
sure.
control out there, and I am definitely not going to let myself get caught without some kind of protection from now on.
Yeah, but taking a blow to the back of the head, what were you going to do anyway? I mean,
Well,
Jesus Christ, that's
I
just.
mean, I'm just glad you're okay because it could have been a whole lot worse.
well,
I mean,
that's
you're still
that,
here. Your car can be replaced, and
it's weird. It was just like I was like, it was peaceful, and then I'm in the middle of something the next minute, like in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like fighting for my life. So like it was crazy, man. I mean, like like just fucked up thing to have happen, and it could
Wow.
have been a lot worse. And I'm happy that it wasn't, but it's some fucked up shit going on out there. This is a very safe neighborhood.
Yeah.
They didn't come from around here, trust me. But they're
Missy
lurking. They're
asked
out
if
there.
OnStar can set your car on fire.
You know what? I'm whatever new. If I have to get another weapon or I get this one back, I'm getting our OnStar. I'm getting some shit that if someone does steal my car, it ain't going nowhere. Or
Yeah.
stop. Whatever I can get, that's what I'm gonna fucking get. And I'm also gonna not be caught unaware next time. I'll be honest with you.
Wow.
I had a sense that they did not belong there, but I give them the benefit of the doubt, and I passed them, and I thought, all right, in my mind, you shouldn't think that way, and then bam, I get hit. So
Well,
I mean, I'm not giving anybody the benefit of the doubt anymore. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you're coming around me late at night, I'm gonna have my hand on something in case I
Yeah.
get attacked.
Well,
That's the way it is. This is the fucking world in which we live in.
Mm-hmm.
That's so sad. But if you had something, maybe they did too, and it could have. You might not be here anymore. I'm
So be it.
not trying to. I'm just.
So be it. You know what? Sometimes things like that happen.
I'm just glad you're okay.
Well,
I've been thinking about this. Like, the universe works in mysterious ways, and I don't know why. Maybe you just need evil shit to happen so you appreciate the good. It's a balance somehow, but maybe somebody just needs your story. They need to see you come out of this without them turning you into an angry, bitter old man. You come out of this happy. Bad shit happens to people every day, but if they can look at William and go, man, William can come out on the other side of this smiling, maybe they just need your story.
Well, all right, man. I hope it doesn't happen to too many other people, but I think you were telling me that people were throwing stuff up on Facebook with these missing cars, and I didn't realize it. So I looked on Facebook, and there's a whole page of stolen cars in Milwaukee that are people trying to find their cars, and people are helping them to connect with it. It's really fucked up that people have to be so fucking evil to just try to steal something from somebody who works hard, who does the right things, and then you just gonna fucking come into their neighborhood and fucking go upside their head and steal their shit. That's bad karma's gonna come your way. Bad karma's coming to your family. Everything that you reap, you will sow. If not you, your family will sow it. And know that you caused it by your evil.
Yeah.
And that's it, man.
That's odd because my cousin's a cop, and he says like most stolen cars are just joyrides. They find them crashed down the road later.
Well, they seem pretty confident that they would find my car. He told me in a day or two. It's been a week now, and this is the way I look at it. I am the only person to ever drive that car, and I don't think I want her back after she's been with them. Let them all die in a fucking fiery crash. That would make me happy.
So, the good part of the story, after all of this happened, what did you do?
Okay, so this happened on Wednesday. Thursday, I was supposed to go up to Minneapolis, and I wanted to see the Thursday night show because I had some friends that are comics that were in the show. I wanted to go to support them. I was going to go up a day early, and then I canceled my hotel because I said I'm just not going to do it. I didn't have a car. They took my car, and then when I talked to the insurance company, they said, well, it'll be after 48 hours, like Saturday morning. And I said, well, That's not good enough. I mean, I have a show Friday night in Minneapolis. And so they said, well, okay. Then she contacted me and she goes, your car will be ready Friday morning. And it's like, okay, I'm going to Minneapolis. So Thursday night, I started having, because like, look, man, they hit me, they kicked me, whatever. My hip was hurting. I sprained my wrist, my fucking head. I started having trouble breathing. So I said, if I have a blood clot and it's headed towards my lungs, I don't want to fucking drop dead because of this bullshit. So I went over to the emergency room, and there was a level in my blood. The D-dimers level was high, which could indicate a blood clot. So they did a chest X-ray. Then they also put me in an MRI machine or whatever, the circular thing that they put you in, and they inject you with the dye, and it didn't show a blood clot. But it did show that I have arthritis on my spine, so yay!
Hey,
Something new. I got
The more you know.
arthritis. They can see it on the test results. And then they said it's probably the elevated level was probably from the trauma. So the doctor's like, yeah, you know, your blood oxygen's really low. I want to just keep you overnight. I'm like, no, I'm not staying. He goes, well, I want to just observe. I mean, like, we'll let you go tomorrow. I said, I'm leaving first thing in the morning for Minneapolis. But to pick up my rent-a-car, I can't stay in the hospital overnight. Because you know how it is when you try to get out of the hospital. It takes forever, and they got to wheel you out. And before you know it, it's noon, it's in the afternoon. And it wouldn't have worked out for me. So I had to sign a waiver saying I left the hospital.
AMA.
The doctors.
Against medical
and
advice.
I did it. I signed it. And then I got up, and I went and picked up my rental car, a crappy Ford Focus. And I drove down to Minneapolis, and I stepped on that stage, and I finished in first place in the contest. So it's like, I got to see if I could step back on stage and see if I could do this after everything that's happened, because I can't let fucking evil destroy what I'm working on.
Yeah.
William was so dizzy when he started his set, the host had to come and spin him around to face the crowd to keep going.
Let me tell you something. You're joking, but when I stepped under those lights, I did have a little bit of vertigo there, man.
Yeah.
Probably from the head injury, but I didn't move around much because I thought I might fall down. I did feel that. I did have that sense.
Well, congratulations, Will.
Well, thank you. And then
You won.
I went back the Saturday night in the semifinals, and I didn't advance to the finals, which I had a great set. And in my opinion, I should have advanced, but you know, I'm not a judge. So they had 6 very good comics out of the 40 total. We were the top 6. And those guys are great. I love every one of those other comics, man. I mean, I really like those guys. And I've seen them over the years, and they're from different areas of the country. And then our own Jeff Johnson, who's now Jeff Frame, won the whole thing. So
yeah, why'd he change his name? I noticed that.
Yeah, well, he put something on Facebook about it. First off,
okay.
You know how many Jeff Johnsons there are?
Probably like a ton.
Okay, and then Jeff Johnson was the last name of a stepfather who was brutal to him.
Oh, all right. We don't got to go there.
No, but he decided to go with his mother's maiden name, and good for him. So you know,
there you go.
I think he didn't want to carry that name around anymore. So
that's good. He deserved it.
William, you didn't lean on the.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say you didn't lean on the sympathy vote enough.
Joe Lowers actually came up and gave me a hug.
Yeah.
You should have gone with your head still wrapped up in the bandages. Yeah.
No, and that's the thing too. Like he's like, I was hoping that you wouldn't say anything about what happened to you when you got on stage. And I was like, yeah, maybe at some point it's still a little soon for me to joke about this shit. But where did Molly go?
She said, "Hold on, I don't know. She's going." That's all right.
To the toilet. She's got to go to the toilet. Doing her little lady.
The diarrhea kicked in for her a little later.
Hey, you told her, Molly, you got to use the toilet before the show starts.
My laptop got unplugged from the wall when I moved something, so it was going to die on me. So I had to plug it in. Okay.
That's fine. He said you had diarrhea. I was just.
Wow. You know how it goes. Well, I had a close call.
Tell us about yours. Yeah, tell us about your
So we were staying at the house, and I was telling Molly for a couple days, like, my leg is just hurting, right? And then it got a little worse, and I got this thing called drop foot, where I can't lift my foot anymore. I can't point it up,
Why is
and
that?
Well, it's numb too, right? You
and
can't
it's
feel it?
numb. It's numb. I can't feel the side of my leg. I
Is
can
that
wiggle
all
my.
the time you can't lift it up, or is it just?
It just started. It just
Drop
started.
foot.
So my foot dropped, and then, I've been limping around the house, and what was it, Friday morning or Saturday morning? I don't even remember the morning. We were supposed to do a show. I canceled it because I was not feeling right, and I'm just like, Molly, we have to go to the emergency room. And I'm trying not to freak her out at the moment. Actually, I'm sounding a lot more cool than I was, but I'm like, well, let me just get ready and brush my teeth, and we'll go to the hospital. And then I get up the stairs, and I'm like, we're going to the hospital right now. Like, I think I'm having a heart attack. And my chest started going all crazy, and I started getting tingling in my fingers, and I'm like, okay, we're going to the emergency room. So we're in Grafton, and the Grafton Hospital, you got to take a left. Molly takes a right, and I'm like, where were we going? She's like, oh, I thought you liked the ladies better at the West Bend Hospital, so I'm going to take you there. And I'm like, I'm having a heart attack, Molly. So
Time
she
is of the essence.
she
You're going
Googles
all the way
it.
to West Bend. Jesus
We did
Christ,
go
how
to
far is
West
that?
Bend.
How far is that?
25 minutes.
Molly, you trying to kill that boy? Come on.
That's not even fair because he is skewing this completely.
I'm having a heart attack. So we get about 17
So,
minutes away.
How far is she from the Grafton Hospital? Like right at 4 blocks?
4 minutes.
4 minutes away, and she takes a right and heads out.
25 minutes away.
Oh, Jesus.
So I would be more comfortable at a place I know.
You made it alive.
Well, halfway through everything, I'm hyperventilating, right? Because I think I'm going to die.
It sounds like a panic attack.
My arms start going numb. They're shaking. I'm holding on to everything, and I am breathing hard because I don't want to die. So I'm starting to die.
Breathe into a paper bag when you start hyperventilating.
I was having a heart attack, okay? So I know from medical school that if you think you're having a heart attack, you're not supposed to drive yourself. You're supposed to call an ambulance because they have a defibrillator. So I tell Molly, like, call 911 and tell them our direction and have an ambulance meet us because I am going to die. This is it. My chest is done. I can't control everything. I'm shaking. And Molly turns into like some sort of fucking college basketball coach, and she gives me a speech like, you're not gonna die, you're a Klein, nobody can kill you. You remember doing that? You just hang on, we're gonna get you there. And I'm like, who the fuck is this broad?
That's your ride or die bitch right there, man.
You're not dying.
I told you that. I told you that. She's your ride or die bitch. You better never fuck that up. You'll never find another girl like that. Look at that. She talked you out of having a heart attack.
She talked me out of death.
Fuck yeah.
So we get to the hospital, and I zombie my way into the room, and the lady's like, what's your name? And I just said, I'm having a heart attack. And the lady goes, sir, you're not, because you couldn't be standing if you were. I'm like, okay, my name is, I think I'm having a heart attack. Molly handles all that.
That's funny. Did you really say that?
Yeah, that's what I did. I just walked in. I'm having a heart attack. Yeah. So the security guard brings me a wheelchair, and he's trying to tell me how to do the wheelchair. Now, at this point, I have limp foot. My leg's numb, and both arms are numb. And he's like, well, just push yourself back. And I'm like, motherfucker, everything is numb. I was zombie walking. I couldn't. Okay. I just walk in. I'm having a heart attack, So
you're like a zombie going in the hospital.
Well, I don't know what.
Attack. I think I'm having a heart attack. My name is.
Yeah. Could you put your leg up on the thing? I can't move my leg. I can't do this. So I really think I'm dying. I'm like panicking. And the lady who's like checking me in, I'm wondering why they're not like cutting my shirt off and getting paddles. And she's like, you're hyperventilating. You're not dying. And she keeps telling me to breathe. And I'm like, I'm dying. I don't want to die. And she finally explains it to me. She's like, sir, you're hyperventilating. You're not
They didn't give you a paper
taking
bag to
in
breathe
oxygen.
into?
All you're taking in carbon. No, she
Carbon
said
dioxide can kill you,
all
though.
you're doing is taking in carbon dioxide. You're
That's what
creating
you're
your
saying.
own gas chamber. Yeah, she said I was creating my own gas chamber and killing myself. That's why everything else was going numb, was because I was
Well, then
panicking
why
so
do they
hard.
tell you to breathe into a paper
So
bag?
calm me down
Isn't that more of that gas chamber?
because that focuses you on like concentrating and slowing down, you know. So
Focus on your
they
breathing. to
shoot me
calm
up
you
with all
down.
these drugs.
How did they get you out of that
Yeah.
state? What did they do?
As soon as it clicked, no, that clicked when she said you're creating your own gas chamber. I'm like, oh, because Molly kept telling me I'm not having a heart attack, and it's like, motherfucker, I went to med school. I know all the symptoms of a heart attack, and I have like
Were you
9 out of
sweating?
10.
Were you sweating? Were you sweating?
Yeah, bad. Mm-hmm.
And
Sweating, pain.
chest pain,
Yeah.
tingling in your arms. Yeah, that sounds like a classic case.
Of a heart attack.
They put an IV in and gave him some stuff for anxiety, some of the like knock you out anxiety stuff.
Did it knock him
They had
out?
to calm me down. So they knocked me out, and then they took my blood and realized that I'm like super low on vitamins. So they admit me to the hospital, pump me full of vitamins. Now they got to watch me, you know, and a hospital is like a fucking prison now because you can only have one person. Nobody else is allowed in. Molly has to work. You know, you get no visitors. It's just a nightmare. I got a train going off at my parents' house, so you're going to have to deal with that.
You got your mommy.
You can only have one visitor ever. So once Molly came in, no one else can come in anymore.
And then she goes on.
And I'm all alone. So then the doctor notices, like, they do a final blood test, and they go, holy shit, your vitamins are dropping. They keep feeding me some vitamins and shit. And I'm like, I got to get out of this hospital. And he's like, you need more blood work. I want to hang on to you. And I'm like, can I just go? Like, he's like, okay. So he prescribed me folic acid, thiamide, and thank God for Kazakhstan, potassium.
Potassium, that's right.
Yep, their major export, saving me. So I have a blood test coming up on Monday, and the doctor gave me like this prescription, and he's like, okay, you need to take these vitamins or you're gonna die. And I'm like, Molly, give him the speech. I can't die. Give him that speech. You know. So right now I've been just kind of taking a bunch of vitamins, which don't work right with my system, really. Never liked taking vitamins. Dude, they literally gave me a Flintstone vitamin and said that's like one of the best things you can take.
Oh, they're delicious.
Yeah, and they said that's like, you need to take this, but I got special prescriptions. Oh, all the rest of these pages, this is all just my mental disorders.
Well, I wanted to tell you too that the doctor and the nurse, the doctor asked me, do you have diabetes? And I said, not yet.
I'm on the road to diabetes.
I'm working on it.
No, you're doing the weight bet. We're all on diets, William.
All right, here's what I was going to say about the weight bet, William. I told the doctor about my diet, and I've been eating like a motherfucker, and you were almost done. I almost won the weight bet because I had asked Molly about this. I used to be an arm wrestler, and I used to drop weight to weigh in and shit. And I know in 3 days I can drop 20 pounds of water weight. So I was setting you up. I was down to 205 already, and I was going to use my water weight routine just so I could get on the scale and get below 50 pounds.
That's why you ended up in the hospital, you idiot.
All that celery.
Looking after you.
But ask Molly. I'm like, all I have to do is get under 50 pounds for a second and get a picture of it on the scale. And Molly's like, I've seen how much weight can I lose in 3 days for like I used to do for arm wrestling. 20 pounds easy.
You would lose 20 pounds for an arm wrestling?
Yeah,
he wanted to get into a certain weight division, and then that ended up screwing him over in the end.
Were you over the top?
No, I got down to 175, but I wrestled 209.
Arm wrestling?
Yeah.
Isn't it basically technique mostly?
It's a lot. Well, power doesn't hurt. I mean, Molly can be the greatest technician in the world. She's not beating us.
She's a little bony.
Yeah. So,
I'm never going to be the greatest in anything athletic ever.
I also think a man challenging a woman to an arm wrestling, you're a dick.
wait till you see those Canadian chicks.
And I hope you lose. You know, when I was a kid, I tried that to my aunt who raised me. And I was like, you know, I think I'm stronger than you now. I must have been about 12.
Did she stomp you?
Let's arm wrestle. She cheated. We went to arm wrestle, and she took both hands and started pushing and biting. And I was like, oh, you win. Yeah.
You see?
So I learned my lesson. She cheats. She was awful. She was terrible.
So you were this close to losing the weight bet, but now I got to go probably see a dietitian, and
I really haven't even thought much about the weight bet.
And now I just want my foot to work again.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. Like, you weren't eating right because you wanted to win this weight bet, and you ended up in the hospital. And I blame Molly for that. She's supposed to look after you. It's her job.
We got a lot of things to blame Molly for this week.
I can make him do anything.
Oh yeah, well, Molly, you've been slipping up pretty good.
Oh yeah, you got busted
about your little slick little trick of editing so-called while you're watching movies.
Yep.
And excluding Tom from watching the movie, and he's thinking that you're working on making a better show, and instead you
got an earbud in.
Yeah, you got an earbud and you're watching fucking movies.
Or playing on TikTok or something.
You're cheating on the podcast.
I've seen so many, like, we've had so many conversations where you're like, yeah, I saw that whole thing. And I'm like, we have been inseparable for a dozen years. When did you fucking find time to watch this thing? And you're like, oh, so what she does is she's sneaky. The editing screen is up and she just keeps it up, but she's got an earbud in and she's doing something else. This whole time, I thought you worked as hard as I did until when William and I were in the hospital, and I'm like, there's no way Molly can get it all done. She had to go set up a comedy event, call about the landlady, take over everything for the show. And I'm like, with on top of editing, and she had it done no problem. Didn't skip a beat because editing takes her 5 minutes.
Well, Tom, Molly has to teach you editing. This way you are aware of what's going on.
Learning it was the hard part 3 years ago. Now she runs a program.
She does run the program. So what I'm saying is you need to learn it so you can edit. And then you need to make up a list, or we need to make up a list of things that we want Molly to do to keep her occupied for the show. Because obviously she's had too much time on her hands.
I'm busting my ass so hard I've been in the hospital twice this year, and she's fucking watching Netflix.
Are you guys done?
Not yet.
I didn't realize this was going to be the Attack Molly show. I mean, I can leave and you guys can do all the editing and see.
It would be no fun not having you here.
You know,
how much time does it take you to edit a show? Honestly, time, not of actual work.
It takes her a couple of weeks to do movies.
I know it takes a couple hours to have it all the way done, but how long are you actually doing work on it? 5 minutes?
5 minutes? Molly.
It takes quite a chunk of time, but there are times when it's processing that I have nothing else to do. So yes, in between I will watch stuff, but I will trade you. Go for it.
I thought you were working the whole time.
You know what, Tom? I think, you see, I know your eyes are very tender from having the wool pulled over them so much, but like now you're wide awake. Molly's been slick. She's really been a slick one. All this time we think that she's really been working hard.
I honestly work 40 plus hours a week on the show, and I thought she was putting in.
She's gone.
I thought she was putting in equal time as me, when literally she's doing 20 minutes of work a week.
Hey, you know what? She's that good. If she can be that good and put the product out there, what are you complaining about? It's the time. Are you're afraid that she spent a little bit of time not doing what you wanted?
It was because I thought she was busting her balls like I was.
I am.
She does bust her balls, Tom. The problem is she's just quick.
I'm that good.
She's a
And in
good
between, while I'm still focusing on it and waiting for it,
In
I'll watch a show that you will never watch with me.
We should give her a list of other things to do since she's that good. We have to keep her.
Well, remember when her and Michael used to talk about Handmaid's Tale and shit? And I'm like, when did you watch that? Oh, it was during editing. Like, how did you watch it? And she knows all these shows I don't.
Should be thanking me because they're shows that you would never want to watch. So I'm not making you watch them. I'm making my own time.
Handmaid's Tale is a great show, though. I didn't think I would like it, and it is. I haven't seen the new season. For some reason, I just haven't been in the mood to watch it ever since it's been out.
I don't have any time to do that.
They're dick teasing the new season. They're putting like one episode at a time, and then there's been a while between them.
Well, I think I can on demand a bunch because I haven't seen any of the new season. I'm sure they've filled them out. It's been out for a while. But anyway, we're getting off track of giving Molly her what for that she needs to be.
Well, you know what? When everybody was giving her praise about what a hard worker she was doing and what a good job, and we were patting her back.
Didn't you
She's
feel
just
bad about that? How we just praised you, and in the meantime, you off watching movies, you gallivanting around while you.
I gotta put up with you guys. Fuck you.
She never once said, actually, editing's not hard, you guys. It takes me like 5 minutes. But anytime I peek over to see how editing's going, the fucking, like she's watching porn, the fucking loading screen comes up and, processing.
Oh, she's pulling something. When you peek over the wool that she pulled over your eyes.
Then there's a processing screen, yep.
I think what we've learned is that you've been very dumb through all of this. Dumb and trusting.
But now we're going to give Molly more stuff to do because she wrote it for 3 years, man.
Tune in next week for Tom and William try to figure all this shit out, do it themselves, have fun.
Hey, what I was going to say is, how long did it take her to get that theme song?
8 months?
8 months. 8 months. And how many series did she watch from start to finish? The trilogies, a bunch.
A shit ton.
A shit ton.
Oh, now that you bring that up, that's pissing me off even more now that it took 8 months.
Do you have that short list of replacements still that you showed me a few months back?
Yep.
In case Molly gets out of line?
Wow.
Look, my computer doesn't have the processing speed to be doing the processing plus
I'm thinking of a lie.
Anything else.
The processing and the movie.
So while I'm editing, while I'm processing it,
RAM, computer, mouse. She's
I can't do anything else.
Shit that we don't know, making up a bullshit.
You really need to watch her a little more carefully.
I do.
Did you really want to watch Masked Singer? I mean, that's my time to watch Masked Singer and all that.
Look,
not only is she stealing time from us, she's wasting it.
Well, the good thing about those shows they are shows that you don't really have to pay attention to, and they're ones that I'm not subjecting Tom to. I'm watching them on my own time while I'm doing stuff. I'm multitasking.
And taking the pats on the back for working so hard.
Yeah, doesn't it bother you that we heap such high praise on you, and you know that you didn't deserve it? Look, man, you've not given that much. You haven't given like Tom and I have.
You haven't been to the hospital once. We've been there 4 times.
When are you going to the hospital? She's been perfect, watching movies, having a good time.
You guys got together and went, look, we got a free pass. We both just got out of the hospital. She can't be mad at us. Let's rip on her.
Well, not that exact, but close. And it's like, I don't want her to hang up on us. I don't want her to be mad. Let's just have a good time with her a little bit. And you're taking it as you always do with good cheer. So good for you.
Oh, just wait.
It was fun. If you're wanting revenge, okay, all right, I get it, And if this is something that's gonna, continue on, and we'll play along, or we could just all be nice and all have harmony, It's up to you. Do you want to take this into a dark area? Because trust me, you're not going to beat the two of us. So if you want to take us both on, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think I would want to take on you guys. I don't think anyone should take on two of the others. It's not fair. It's not.
I mean, I know both your weak spots, so it's okay.
Right now, it's my foot.
The back of my head.
Yeah, I'm just gonna poke it.
I can still put this foot in your ass. I just can't get it up your ass.
It'll be dropped down in your ass.
In your ass.
You can't go up.
Yeah.
Molly, that was fun though. And just after she just fucking did her ride or die, she gave you the "you're not gonna fucking die" speech.
Yeah.
Come on, man. And then
What'd that take? Another 2 minutes? After she gave me that speech, she put her earbud back in and finished driving to the wrong hospital.
She was watching something on her Apple Watch.
While I was, I was.
It's like, dude, we're not going to Grafton. I got 10 minutes left of this show. The hospital's 4 minutes away. We're going to fucking...
Right. She didn't want to miss it by having to go in and talk to the doctor. She had to find out the cliff ending. What's going to happen?
Yep. That's it. We're going to Freighter in Milwaukee. I'm starting another episode.
Yeah, I'm not dumb.
Hey, I'm watching Tiger King and next Making a Murderer. Let's take you all the way to wherever Making a Murderer was. Where was that?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Yep. Took me to the wrong hospital in the middle of a heart attack. Ride or die. She was more of ride and die.
Ride and die. Because you got a little insurance policy there, Molly. Get a little something if he happens to drop off.
Yeah.
A little payday there, baby.
She's waiting for the ring.
A pair of shoes. Let's take you. Oh, you're having a heart attack? Well, let me turn right instead of left, and I'm going to take you 25 miles out of the way. No, you're going to be fine. And she's yelling at you all the way there that you're going to live. Oh.
At that time,
driving like 25 miles an hour.
Yeah, she was rooting for the heart attack.
Molly, come on. What would you do if you had a heart attack? You'd have to go live in that haunted house by yourself.
Yeah,
Those birds.
that's where all that shit happened.
They don't bug me.
The haunts?
Maybe she's the one fucking conjuring all the spirits.
Probably.
That's what it is. She could be the angel of death. Ever since we started hanging up with her, I mean, we were in good health.
Damon the Omen 6.
Yeah.
Damien. She's Damien. See, everybody's looking for a guy for the Antichrist. Have you checked her scalp for any sixes?
You're freaking me out, man.
I would take a look, man. I would take a look at that. Just go through them when she's sleeping. Like a little monkey cleaning.
She don't sleep, dude. She just lays with her eyes open.
While she's laying in her coffin, just go through her hair.
I've never seen her sleep. She just lays still for like 8 hours. Oh, Molly.
Does she really sleep in a coffin? I heard that's what Mike told me. Mike said she sleeps in a coffin.
Oh, she's great. But you know what? We should get to what we got actually coming up before we end this one.
Yeah, let's do that.
Molly, what'd you do when we were all sick? You and Mike Coben.
Well, I don't know that we want to talk about that. We don't have details all.
Oh, God damn it. We're getting a comedy night back. We had a comedy night way back with the Destination Dinoleum people, but the pandemic destroyed that. But we got some big plans coming through with the chamber.
Awesome stuff planned.
Yep.
First one, October 9th. So
tentatively, that's the plan.
That's the plan, tentatively.
We'll give more details as we get there.
You know what? We can say it because if it doesn't work out at the one place, we still got the North Shore. Right?
We're bringing some comedy to Grafton.
Bring some good comedy to Grafton.
And Grafton people deserve it. They're some of the best audiences. God, they're great. I've never had a bad show in Grafton. I mean, in that area, the people love to laugh, man.
Mm-hmm. They're pumped about the comedy.
They're ready, and we're ready to give it to them.
Have you done one in Grafton? You've done Cedarburg.
Cedarburg.
Well, it humps Grafton.
It's not the same.
Oh, God.
It's close.
Just saying that general area.
Don't lump us together.
The North Shore Comedy Group You know what falls under our North Shore
Oh, they don't
Comedy?
like that. They don't
Apparently
like that
it
name.
doesn't.
No, they don't like it because there's a thing called the North Shore Nancy, and that was like before Karen's existed. Was the
Oh
North
my
Shore
goodness.
Nancy?
Well, you know what? Then maybe we should change it to
No, because they kind of want to be a North Shore Nancy. You know, that's the rich people you make fun of, but you want to be like.
Oh, all right.
So, if you want to be rich, you become a North Shore Nancy.
North Shore Nancy.
But if you don't have money, that's what you call them,
A Nancy.
a North Shore Nancy.
A Nancy
That was
Bear.
that was the first Karen. That was like the Cedarburg area, Grafton area name for a Karen.
Do you know how many Karens I have had, like, serious relationships with that lasted, like, more than a year? 3. Their actual names were Karen. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Well, one, the German Karen was Karen. I-N. But Karen. Karen. They're all Karens. And I think it's a shame that that name has come to mean something else when
Yeah.
there's perfectly fine ladies named Karen out there.
Yeah, well, talk to my Uncle Dick. There's been a name for a dude for a long
He
time.
could say he could go by Richard. He could go by Rick.
Actually, his real name is Percy. They called him Dick.
Oh,
I don't-
God.
It's
I
it's
would
not
rather
even
be
Richard.
Dick than Percy. Percy? A man? Percy? That's your
Yep.
name? Percy? Well, actually, my
Call me
older
Dick.
brother, his best friend, his name was Percy, and then he had a brother named Barry. But Percy, yeah, that's the name. Ooh,
It's okay.
Yeah.
I have an uncle named Frog.
Frog?
Yeah. P-H-R-O-G.
Wow. Who came up with that?
It was a nickname that ended up, I'm pretty sure
Legally
legally
changed.
changed it.
What was his real name before
Li-
that?
Larry.
Oh, all right. Well, should we tell them what we got coming up for Saturday now that we did this little update for everyone?
Yeah, let's do that. So I will be up in Bel Air, Michigan, so I will be remoting in, but we
Yep.
will have
AJ Grill in the studio.
in studio, and then
And
Skyping in from Atlanta. Go ahead.
Carter Deems.
Carter Dean.
Carter Deems, an excellent rap battler, comedian, writer. He's been on.
on MTV's Wild and Out.
Yep.
So that should
Is
be
he-
fun.
Is he a current cast member on that show?
He is a current cast member. That's why.
Way to go, Molly. You put former.
Well, I didn't realize Wild and Out was still a show. I thought it
That's
was.
why we had this.
I'm surprised you haven't seen every season of it by now.
I mean, that'll be the next one.
Yeah, I don't think the new season's come out yet, but like, he just shot it. That's why we had to push this back to this Saturday because he was busy shooting the new season. So
Well, all right, everyone. The Bucks are on right now, so we're up against those. And this was our first ever not pre-recorded Wednesday premiere, but we figured.
I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah.
Molly, we love you. You know that we were just teasing. This is all just. That's when I said the Molly.
Yeah, we're gonna
should have been
the
a
Molly
little
show.
suspect when we said that, and that's why I said I'm going to tell her that we need to make a list of things for her to do to keep her occupied. And it's just like I know that's going to really aggravate her. No, we got to really come up with something good.
All right. Remember, universe,
We're not good
we're
enough.
not good enough.
Bye.